Hey guys, so let's now have a look at some of the key examiner guidance for paper 3 then. Okay, so first up, the number one point is to make sure you answer the question set. Every year in the examiner report, it simply says that a large number of students just did not answer the question that was actually set. It's unlikely you're going to get exactly the question you want, okay? So you've just got to roll with that, I'm afraid. It means that you must make sure that you really do focus on answering whatever question is actually set, and that you reread that question every 10 minutes or so to make sure you're not drifting off point. Number two, analyze and evaluate with independent research and economic theory. So you want to show that you have done your own research, okay? There's only so much that I can do in terms of contributing to that, of course. You want to actually set your paper apart from others, and one of the ways to do that, of course, is to actually undertake your own research there. Number three, reread the question every 10 minutes. It's worth stating once again. So don't drift away from what the question is asking you to actually answer. Number four, don't make general assertions. So just try and be as specific and use as much detail as you possibly can. One commonly cited example from the examiner's report is that candidates might say, oh, right, well, China's got a fixed exchange rate, when in fact, China has actually been very, very gradually liberalizing its exchange rate since 2005. Okay, number five, only challenge the question once you have fully answered the question. So it's likely you may well want to actually challenge the question, but do this in your final judgment. Don't start your essay by challenging the question. Okay, so that's always in there as well. So make sure you actually go through the process of fully answering the question before you challenge it. Number six, you've got to evaluate throughout your essay. There's 18 marks of the 40 available for evaluation, so that means you've got to make sure that you really do make judgments throughout your essay. Try and use some originality in the actual conclusions that you reach, and make sure that you're giving context within whatever judgment you're providing. Number seven, use the quote in your answer. So make sure that if you've got a quote that you actually utilize that as a means by which you can go deeper into answering the question. Keep your introduction short. And why do you want to do this? Well, we've seen this on the exemplar piece of work that I've shown you, where you can see that you've got 22 marks for analysis on the mark scheme, 18 for evaluation. So just don't waste time on your introduction. Make sure you get down into really getting in detail and focusing on developing high-level analysis and evaluation. Right, number nine, your final judgment, your aim judgment, may rank the most important priorities or greatest similarities, most significant beneficiaries to the least important. Candidates that do this typically get into that level 3 boundary for their evaluative scores, okay? So make sure you use that most important element. It's perhaps a really significant theme of specifically the paper 3 and the pre-U economics that you really try and rank, prioritize, and so on. And finally, number 10, structure your response. So you want to take 5 to 10 minutes to actually plan out your essay and make sure that you are crystal clear as to how you are going to answer this question. Okay, so let's now take a look at the likely structure that you want to use. So here it is. It's nice and straightforward, really. We've seen this in the exemplar essay as well. So you've got a short intro, then you've got your first panel paragraph, detailed panel paragraph, which states a point, has chains of analysis, evaluates by providing a judgment, by providing it depends element or a most important element, and then it links back to the question. Now, you may actually, as the exemplar piece that we looked at, use a series of these, which could be a little bit shorter. It's up to you really, but keep that theme the same. Then you can see you can move on to your second point, whatever that is, your third point, and if necessary, your fourth point. You don't always need that. It depends really how much detail you've actually developed in those first three areas, okay? And then finally, reach a judgment, answer the question, justify your answer, state what that answer may depend upon, and then see if you can actually rank what is most important, what's least important when it comes to the specific details of the question. Okay, so for those of you doing the China and the global economy paper, I'm just including some of the snippets from the examiner report with regard to 2016 and 2017's essays here. So you may well want to just pause the page here. I'm not going to talk through all of this. You can read through it if you wish to, but it's there if you want it. So there's the 2016 examiner report and the key feedback there. Once again, we really do see that you've got to make sure that you answer the question, obviously. It sounds so obvious, but every year it's in the examiner report that so many students didn't do this. I've also included some parts about what top-end candidates have done to achieve very well there as well. And there we go, 2017, finishing off with that. Yeah, there it is. We've got points about level 3 evaluation down here at the bottom. So do have a little read through that if you're doing the China paper. Okay, best of luck to you guys. Okay, see you on the other side.